All right, so everyone has joined. Today in this lecture, I am going to talk about the different levels of teaching. I genuinely believe that you would have gone through from all the concepts of a teaching aptitude, then their characteristics and everything what we learned yesterday. And in this video lecture, we shall talk about the different levels of teaching, and this is very important from the exam point of view. And I believe that you go through from each and every notes, the video lecture, the recorded videos, and explanation videos as well on daily basis. So now I just share my screen so that each and everything is visible to you. You have to understand this completely because this is going to be very important. One question is highly expected from this. Today's lecture is going to be for in two parts, because in this part we shall talk about the uh, different levels of teaching, and in the next video we shall talk about Bloom's taxonomy. So now I record and I share the screen with you so that each and everything is visible and you can see what I have written in the slides. Okay. So now this is the topic of today's lecture. Although the complete concept is very necessary, but this particular thing, these are the levels of a teaching, is the most important in this whole of the line. Okay, the reason is because the probability of a question being asked from this particular topic have the most chances in the levels of teaching only. Okay, so now I move further one by one. I shall explain you each and everything, and we shall take suitable examples to teach you. So there are three levels of teaching. The first one is memory level, the second one is understanding level, and the last one is a reflective level. Okay, the memory level is the very first level, second understanding, the third is reflective level. I shall give you suitable examples. There shall be three examples, okay, to show you the complete concept of the levels of teaching. Okay, and I genuinely believe that if you go through from all these three examples, then learning this specific concept shall become very easy for you. The first is memory level, which is least thoughtful. The second is thoughtful. The last is most thoughtful. And all these levels have been given from the point of view of a student only. Okay, from the point of view of a student. Now I give you three examples only, then you shall be able to comprehend this subject completely. Now there are three kinds of students, or the three levels of students we can write here. Okay, now just take the example of a small child who has to study from the standard of nursery class to matriculation or 10th examination. Okay, the next student is to start his education from a specific stream which he chooses at the time of taking admission to 11th standard, and it goes with him till post graduation. And there are last students who are of a higher level. These are PhD and postdoc students. Okay, so now what about these students? These students have to learn what the teacher teaches to them. Okay, whatever the teacher teaches to them, although there are different subjects, there is math, there is science, there is social studies, there are a lot of things, but everything whatever a teacher teaches to them, they have to cram it, they have to learn it as per the instruction of a teacher only. They are not supposed to make any kind of a contribution to the subject matter. Okay, so that's why these are the student of MLT, that is known as memory level of teaching. So all those students who do not make any kind of a contribution, but they have to study as per the instruction of the teacher, these students fall in the category of memory level. Okay, so this is the first level of a teaching in which the teacher have to play a dominant role. So now take the example of the next student who choose some streams. Like in +1, I chose the commerce. You could have chosen the arts, then somebody would have chosen the medical, then somebody would have chosen non-medical. So these are the things, these are particular streams, and in these streams the purpose of a student is not only to learn and cram, but to understand the concepts as well, to understand the concept and comprehend the subject matter, because only then you shall be able to understand all the concepts, only then you shall be able to answer in the examination. Okay, so the level for these kind of a student is the second level, which is known as understanding level of teaching. Understanding level of teaching, because in this stage the students do have to make a contribution themselves as well. Okay, and the role of a student is a teacher, and a teacher is similar, they both have to actively participate in the process of teaching and learning. And now we talk about the third example. These are the last kind of a student, these are PhD and postdoc. Now you can take my example. I am a research scholar. I have to find a problem of research. I have to make a hypothesis. I have to make a lot of things. I have to make the synopsis. Then I have to submit it. Then I have to write my thesis as well. Each and everything is being done by me, and I am a student. Okay. So this level of teaching is known as the last one. This is reflective teaching, at which the role of a student is dominating. The role of a student is active, but the role of a teacher is passive only. So these are the three levels of teaching. The first one is least thoughtful. The reason is the student has to learn and cram whatever the teacher has taught to him. The second one is thoughtful. You have to understand the different concepts and figures. The last one is most thoughtful, for all those students who have to do a particular research in some particular area. So now I genuinely believe that you would have understood all these examples completely, and going next has become very easy for you right now. Okay, so this is the first level of a teaching. So Herbert has been the person who gave this concept, this memory level of a teaching. He is considered to be the exponent of a memory level of teaching. So the only objective of this level of teaching is to impart information and knowledge to learner. Okay, to give knowledge to students. So here is a teacher, here is student. Here in this level of teaching, the teacher gives the information to student only, and the student learns and cram this. Okay, learn and cram it. So this is memory level of teaching. There are some key points written in all these slides. First, the Herbert is the exponent. The second one, it's all about cramming. Then knowledge is gained through memorization only. You would have observed that for the smaller classes, there in mathematics, there are tables they have to understand, they have to learn. Table of 2, table of 3, table of 4. All this is gained through memorization only. Okay, so the next one is, this is very initial stage of teaching. Okay, this involves a rote learning. Rote means whatever has been taught to you, you have to understand, you have to learn it. Okay, and this provides the students the ability to retain and reproduce the learned subject, so that whatever you have learned in up to matriculation, you still retaining it, you can reproduce it whenever the teacher asks in the classroom. Okay, so it covers the first line, it covers only the knowledge based objectives of Bloom's taxonomy. This has been written, but I shall not explain it right now, because we have already planned the next class to be held at 7:35 p.m. And in this class, we shall explain the concept of Bloom's taxonomy in detail. So right now we can leave this line and we move further, that at this level, the student learn to identify, to recall all the objects, events, ideas, and retain them in memory. The only purpose of memory level of teaching is to make the student retain everything in the memory. The next is teacher plays a dominating role. Okay, so teacher is playing a dominating role. He is playing authoritarian role, and this teaching is a teacher centric only. Whatever the teacher teaches, the student has to learn it. Evaluation system in this kind of teaching is oral tests or the written tests. and these are very simple in nature. The test taken for the smaller classes are written or oral, and these are very simple in nature. The next is role of a teacher is primary or active, and role of student is secondary and passive. The next is it does not improve intelligence because you are learning what is being taught to you. You are not adding your own ideas to what is being taught to you. Okay, you are only cramming whatever teacher is teaching you. So this is, it does not improve any kind of intelligence of a student. So this is Herbartian theory. Okay, so this is Herbartian was Herbert. I have written this theory, and this is same as memory level of a teaching. He exponented this. He said that everything and each and every young children's mind is ready for perceiving themselves and world around them. So the mind of a young student is ready for great mass of information. You can teach them, and how they learn through memorization. I am not going to read each and every line, but my purpose is to make you understand the concepts only. Okay, so Herbartian theory says that whatever you teach to a student, he learn all these things from memorization. This is the first level of teaching. So now we have to make some classification of a memory as well, because these are important from the exam point of view. So the first level of memory is in immediate memory. If I tell you that what I taught you yesterday, you can immediately tell me, okay, this kind of memory is known as immediate memory. The second is permanent memory. Okay, permanent memory means when you can recall something or you can remember something for a longer time. Then personal memory, when you can recall your past experiences, this is known as your personal memory. Okay, the next one is impersonal memory, when you recall your books, from your books, from the books you are reading right now, or from your friends when you meet them, and when they recall you about the things which has happened with you in the past, these kind of memories known as impersonal memory. Okay, then active memory. Active memory means when you cannot immediately recall, but still you try to recall. Like you are sitting in the examination hall, you know answer of all the question, but still you have to recall what is the exact answer of a specific question. That kind of memory is known as active memory. Then passive memory, when you can recall your past experience without any effort. When somebody says you, do you remember what happened at the 1st January of 2010, do you remember this? Then you immediately recall this is known as passive memory without any effort. So now I genuinely believe that you have learned the first level of understanding, that was the MLT, or the memory level of teaching. Now we have to move further. This is understanding level of teaching. To understand all the levels of teaching, the only things you have to keep in your mind is this example. I have taught you about this. I have taught you about the students who are up to matriculations. We have taken this example to teach you the concept of MLT. Now I am moving further with this example, and this is the understanding level of a teaching, where the students have to learn the concepts as well. I'm a student of commerce. I have to learn the concepts of accounting, the economics, the finance as well, so that I can teach you well. So this is the next level, which is known as understanding level. So now we move further to this level of teaching. So what happens at this level? Learner is required to comprehend. Comprehend means understand the factual information. Okay, so you have, in this, the student have to know the meaning of different concept and their relationship. The student must know how to apply facts, figures, concepts, and principles. Okay, so now as the Herbert was the exponent of MLT, memory level of teaching, Morrison is the exponent of ULT. This is understanding level of teaching. In this, what happens? MLT is necessary. Okay, because this is for the students who are from 11th to post-graduation standard. That means they have already passed up to matriculation examination. So that means ULT includes memory level teaching in itself as well. Okay. So this is why it is written that memory level teaching is prerequisite for understanding level of teaching. Okay. So this is a necessary part. The next one is it helps to build thinking level of a student. You learn something, you acquire knowledge, okay, on the basis of previously known facts. So in this situation, teacher explains the students about relationship between principles and facts and teaches them how these can be applied. So the teacher's role is to teach the student and to tell them how they can apply the learned concept in their lives. The next is, in this, the student gets the mastery of the subject. And this is a sum of memory plus insight. Okay. And in this level of teaching, the evaluation system is of objective type and essay type. You would have observed that in your undergraduation and post-graduation, you used to write long type questions. Okay. So in this situation, both the parties, the student and the teacher, plays an active role. Okay, because student has to contribute as well. First of all, teacher teaches him, then the student has to understand, he has to apply this. The next one is, now Morrison has divided this level into 5 steps. Now we have to understand the 5 steps of the understanding level of teaching. Okay, so this has to be understood from the teacher's point of view right now. First of all, what does a teacher do? What I am doing? I am exploring. What do you have? So this is exploration. Means a teacher tests the previous knowledge of the student. He explores them. He explores the level of a student. When I am teaching you, I know your level. Only then I am reaching your level and I am teaching you right now. Then presentation. After exploration of level of student, the teacher present him the new concept, the content, till the student understand it completely. Okay. The next one is assimilation. That means the teacher gives the individual activities, like I shall give you. I shall tell you to appear in all the tests in all the previous papers and attend all the video lectures as well. So I shall assign you individual activities, and this is known as assimilation. So first of all, what does a teacher do? He explores the knowledge of student, then he present the new knowledge to the student, then he tries to assimilate and tell the student to perform individual activities. Then he tell them to organize all the things. The pupils are provided with the occasions for representation so that they can represent them. And then I shall phone call you so that I can take the quick note of whether you are studying or not. This is known as organizing. You shall be able to represent yourself at that time. This is known as organization. Okay, from this particular topic's point of view. Then recitation. Then the pupil presents the content orally. In the classroom, the students recites the concept. So this was all about ULT you have gone through. Okay, MLT you have gone through, memory level understanding up to the student of matriculation, ULT up to the students of post-graduation. Now we have to move further to the reflective level of teaching. This is for the student of philosophy of doctorate and post-doctorate. Okay. Hunt propounded this. It includes both ULT and MLT. This is a problem-centric teaching. Students are primary, but the teachers are secondary. Now, I genuinely believe that you would have understood this, but I still would recall the example I gave you in starting of this lecture. This is, I am a student of a PhD. I have to make synopsis. I have to submit my thesis. I have to make hypothesis. I have to apply some hypothesizing techniques. I have to evaluate result. And lastly, I have to report to my university and my supervisor as well. So in all these learning, my role is very active. but the role of my university and supervisor is passive. So these kind of teaching is known as a reflective level of teaching. Okay. So now I think you would have understood the complete subject matter. It would not be difficult for you to learn each and everything right now. So reflective level means careful thought of something over a period of time. That means thinking deeply, right? Like I'm doing right now in my research. Hunt developed this. Next is here the emphasis on identifying the problem, then defining it, then finding a solution. It involves original thinking, it involves creative abilities. Then the role of a student is active. My role is active in my PhD. Role of the university or supervisor is passive or secondary. This is called reflective level of teaching. So in this is also the plus of ULT and MLT, memory level teaching and understanding level teaching plus RLT makes RLT. We can write this as well, or you can write this as well. Okay. So that means the students have to adopt some kind of research approach to solve the problem. This is open and independent approach. Okay. So this involves a number of steps. Reflective level of teaching developed by Hunt involves a number of different steps like finding the problem, formulating and verifying the hypothesis, then data analysis, then testing the hypothesis around the problem, these kind of steps. Okay. So now the evaluation in this system is essay type as we have to submit our thesis. Okay. And this system is not teacher centric or subject centric, but this is learner centric. This is centric to me, myself. Okay. So in this way, I have taught you each and everything required for understanding the different levels of teaching. I genuinely believe that you would have gone through, but only thing you have to understand that are these examples. The examples I have given to you. When the case is about MLT, you have to take into consideration the students up to matriculation. When it's about understanding level, then you have to take the consideration about the post-graduation level student, then postdoc students. Okay. So in this way, I have taught you. I believe that you would have understood this completely. Still, in case of any doubt, you can ask. All the notes have already been provided to you. And I must tell you that you are supposed to be regular with all the test series, with all the notes, materials, and video lectures. What you can learn in the live video lectures, you cannot learn in the recorded video lectures. Okay. So thank you so much for joining my this video class. And about the next class, this is going to be held at 7:35 p.m. This the topic will be Bloom's taxonomy, and I believe that each and everyone joins. Whoever has joined right now, you have to be regular, and I can take note anytime about your preparations. Thank you so much. This is Gurpal Singh from Gursul Education.